Hello friends, welcome to tutorial days. In this video I'm going to show you step by step how to create REST API using Node, Express and MongoDB. So guys, I will show you step by step how to create routes, how to create schema and how to create the server. So including of all these things, step by step I will show you how you can create REST API using Node, Express and MongoDB. And the same REST API we will use in Angular project, we will use in React.js project or Vue.js project. So guys, follow this video step by step till end so that you can understand how to create REST API. In case you are beginners, if you don't know about Node.js, then we have video in this channel. You can first look into that video, and also if you have not created any REST API before using Node, Express, MongoDB, then I strongly recommend you to watch my another video which I have created particularly for beginners. So in case you know the basics of how to create REST API, then this video is for you. So guys, let's see step by step. Okay, so guys, let's start from here. What I will do, I will create a folder called REST API. Okay, REST API. Inside this, now let's go to here and cmd and then npm init. This we will do to create package.json file. Okay, so name it as REST API. Then let's enter here. If you see, the package.json file has been successfully created. This will help us to manage the packages. Now the next step will be to create one file called let's do one thing. Now let's open Visual Studio Code. And then let's open that folder REST API. Now let's create a file called app.js. Let's go to package.json and then rather than index we will write here the entry, the main file will be app.js and next will be start nodemon, then app.js. So we will install here npm install nodemon. This nodemon will help us to run the server and we don't have to type every time to start the server. So nodemon, if you type here, then automatically app.js will run here, as you can see. Now inside the app.js file, let's close it. Inside the app.js file we will write to connect the MongoDB. If you but before proceeding this video, if you are first time going to create REST API using Node, Express and MongoDB, then I will strongly recommend you to watch this video first. So click on playlist and then REST API. You can find here REST API. Not in the video actually, inside playlist. REST API here. So this one, the green one, Node, Express, MongoDB simple connection with CRUD. Okay, this one is for beginner. Once you complete this, then it will be better to continue with this. But in case you have the basic understanding, then you can proceed with this video. Now let's write the code here. Const express equal to require express. Const body parser equal to require body parser. Const mongoose equal to require mongoose. Mongoose. Const. Okay, but before we proceed ahead, let's understand this. Express, we are importing this module because Express will help us to create routing, and this is a framework of Node.js which help us to create routing, and also it will help in CRUD operation. Okay, and the body parser is a middleware which will help the data to send and receive as JSON format, particularly in form for post when you make any post the data. Okay, and mongoose will be to store the data into our local server. And now const course equals to require course. This module is helpful because this Node.js we are going to create server, and this REST API will be used by front-end application, front-end frameworks like Angular, Node, Vue. So those are totally different application. So to provide permission, we use this course module. Now app const app equals to express. Let's create an object of this express, then app.use body parser, this body parser, then URL encoded extended false. This extended false, that means what? That the JSON data which we will pass, it will not support the nested one. So that's why we are using here extended false. Now to send the data as JSON format, we need to write app.use body parser JSON. That's it. Now the next step will be to connect this Node server with MongoDB. So we will write here mongoose dot connect, and then here the path. So we will write here MongoDB localhost and this report number, and this will be our database name. Okay, so if you open here MongoDB, I expect that you have already installed MongoDB into your local machine. In case you have not installed, then we have a video for how to install MongoDB also, you can check that. So this is the connection string which we are writing here. Okay, and then this is the database. We will create a model for this later. Then If everything is fine, then it will show database successfully connected. Catch, or else catch here error, then console.log there is connection error, and then finally error. That's it. So this is the connection string to connect our Node.js server with MongoDB. So let's check if it's connected or not. So what does it say? Cannot find module course. Okay, so let's install this npm install course. This module will install. Then nodemon. Okay, as you can see, it is displaying database connected successfully. If you get any other error like mongoose couldn't find module mongoose, then npm install mongoose, couldn't find express, right here npm install express. Okay, if you get such error, then you write install the module like that. So as you can see, database successfully get connected. Now the next step will be to create the server. App.listen 9090, this is port number, then listening on port 9090. Okay, so you can see this is displaying listening on port 9090 and database is connected successfully. These two things are displaying there. Okay, now what we will do, we will create routes inside controller and then model. So let's create two folder called model, and then here controller. Okay, because this will be like a MVC framework. So inside the model we will create schema, okay, like categories.js, categories.js. Now here let's create schema. So const schema equal to mongoose dot schema, and now and here will be const mongoose required. Okay, first we need to import mongoose and then schema, and then now we will create the schema here. Let category schema equals to schema dot, not dot actually, and here we will create an object schema, guys, here category schema, and here in object format we will give the field name. So we will write here category name equals to, then there will be not equal to actually, it's an object, so type string, and then again category description, type string. Okay, two fields we are providing here. So finally this one is here, and then collection, that means the table name will be say categories, and finally this will be closed. Now we will export this, okay, because this is a module. So once we export, then we can import. So we'll write here module dot export equal to, so here we will be write module dot exports mongoose dot model, because we are creating this model, then category schema, and this is the category schema. Okay, and we will call the schema with this name. This name can be different, but this name and this name must be same. Okay, that's it currently in our schema. The next step will be to call the schema here, but before that let's go back to controller. Inside controller, or we can call a route, whatever you call it. Now let's create a category controller.js or category route.js, whatever we call. Now inside here const express equals to require express, then app equals to express. Then let's create one route called category express route. This name you can give anyone what you like, category express route, and then express dot router. Okay, so this will be our router name. Now let's call our schema. Let category schema equals to require then controller inside, not controller, model, right, model, and inside this categories. So this is, we have called this schema inside our this categories controller. Okay, now let's create category route dot get, then there will be async. This is the latest version of MongoDB calling the route, and finally here we need to write try, and then inside this will be const data await category schema dot find, and then finally data dot, it will be response dot JSON. Inside this will be data. That means whatever the field will be retrieved from the database, it will send as a JSON format, and this is the catch format. That means if there is any error, then it will show the error. So that's it. Now this is the time to test our application. Okay, now let's come here and let's go to, now we need to call this controller or router inside our app. So we will write here const category routes equals to require, and then controller, right? Controller, and then category controller, and finally we will give here app dot use. Then we need to pass here say API endpoint, the main endpoint. Okay, and then this category routes. That's it. Now this is the time to test our application. So there is something border object use where there is some error. Okay, we got this error because inside our controller we have not exported it. Module dot export module dot exports equals to this express route. Yes, so finally it successfully ran. Now let's go to MongoDB and then connect it. Guys, you can see successfully our product category has been created and schema also has been created here. Now what we will do, let's insert few data manually. So our data name is, let's check here in schema, category name, right? Category name. So here I'll put oil. Then category description, edible oil. Now insert. Okay, so currently we have one record. Now our server is, the port name is 9090. So let's go here and then localhost 9090 and then API. Okay, and then list, if you want to provide here list here, in this case rather than this, then let's put it list. Okay, or all, whatever you like. Now refresh it, and guys, you can see our data is coming successfully from MongoDB. So before we proceed ahead, let's recap the whole thing once again, because For beginner, normally it becomes complicated. Okay, because I'm going to server, I'm going to model, controller. Okay, so get confused. Now let me explain line to line once again before we proceed ahead. First thing is Express. We have uh, imported here this module because you can see in the controller it is Express which is responsible for creating these routes. Okay, and then Mongoose for storing database. Body parser we have not used so far. In the next step we will use this. Okay, and then Mongoose, as you can see, for connecting MongoDB. Course still we have not used. Express we have created an app, and the data you can see it is coming in JSON format. This part is for connecting MongoDB to Node.js, and this one is for calling controller, and finally this one is for server. In the model section we have just imported the schema and created one schema here, and the table name we have given is categories. And then the next one is category controller. Inside the controller we have called this model, and using this model category schema we have selected the whole field, right? In the next step here only what we will do, let's copy the whole thing. If you want to select single, okay, so I'll write here, say get then colon id. Okay, but before that let's create one more document. Category name, right? A model name is category name, garments, description, category description, then new garments. Okay, so we have two records. If you check here and refresh it, you can see both these two records are displaying here. But what if I want to show only one? So to show the single record, let's create this one, category then id, and then find by id, and finally this id. And for that you need to write this code, id let id request sorry dot parameters dot id, this id, this name and this name should be exactly same. Now this id you need to pass here. Okay, that's it, nothing special about it. So this one is, if you know SQL, so it is like select star from table name, that means everything. Okay, and this one is select star from ABC where id equal to 2. So this is like this, right? Now let's test this one. So let's go to the browser, and then our endpoint name is, this is the endpoint, don't get confused. Okay, we need to write here cat. We have written here list, but this first will be this one API, then that. Okay, so API will be there, API then cat, and then let's copy any one of the id, say this one, and refresh. Oh, there is something wrong. What happened? such a big error. Okay, so the error was it is not required, only single. Okay, now if you check, then the data is displaying single one. If you want to display this one, then it is displaying API, and here cat, second one. So guys, so far successfully we have fetched, we have created two routes. One is list and second one is for single one. The next route we will create, and that will be for inserting the data. So now let's copy this whole thing and paste here express get category express dot that, but this time it will be post, not get, and simply this id will be not there. We can write here add cat. Okay, add cat request response, and then rather than params we will get here body, and now this is the time to use this body parser here. But before that, let's create here a data. So we'll write here const data equals to in JSON format. So it will be category name equals to, but one more thing, data new category schema. Where is that? New category schema. This is a function. So it will be here category schema, and then this is the preparation data new schema category schema, and we have two category name and category description. So here you need to write request.body.category name. Okay, and here request.body and category description, and finally inside the try one, let's delete this and write the code for saving. Const datas equals to await data dot save. Which data? This data we are saving here, else in the catch part, and before that we need to write here respond dot status, because it will return the status code 200 so that it will be successful, or else it's a catch part response dot status 400 JSON error message will be whatever message will be there. So guys, we have successfully created for adding, but for testing this you need postman, because we need to post the data as form in JSON format. Postman is free and it is by Google, so you can download into your computer and then test the REST API. Okay, so here we will test our add, what is the name, add, let's check here, cat, for category cat, and then you click on body, and then so here will be category name, and in the second one will be category description. Remember, it should be in JSON format. So category name, here we will write here chocolate, then Cadbury. Oh, and then we will submit here, send. Okay, but remember it must be post here. What happened? Cannot post add cat. See here, this add cat error. Cannot post add cat. There is something wrong. There is some error. So let's see what happened. Display fine. Add cat. Add. 1 second. No, it's API na here. First it's API because our root one is API. It must be there. API then add cat. Yes, so it went, but only the ID, not this one. We need to check. Let's check here, going into database, or we can check here also. Yes, it went only this ID, not the complete one. So I think there is something wrong here. Somehow our data is not passing. So let's check here why it's not passing. Request.body category name, right? Category name, and what is the field name? Category name. That's fine. Category description. So console.log, and then request.body.category name. Let's find here. What does it show? Yeah, the name is going there, chocolate. And description. Let's find the description also. Cadbury. This one is also going. That means what? The data is passing, but somehow this data is not saving here. Let's find one more thing here. Console.log, and then data. What is coming finally in data? Okay, only it's passing ID. Okay, it looks like there is some wrong. Category, the schema name was wrong. Category name and category description. The schema name here was wrong. So I was trying to retrieve that and pass. The schema was not matching. So now let's try. Yes, guys, as you can see, successfully now it got inserted. This is the last one. So guys, you can understand that what is the relation between schema. So this schema and what you are passing, that means the field name must be same. Okay, the schema name, this is actually schema name. If you mistakenly, I've just passed here names, you can see. So only it is passing description name, because this name and schema name must be same, and this is actually the schema name. So there was mistake while declaring this one. Okay, so guys, successfully you can see now our data is being inserted. Okay, so far we have achieved displaying the whole list, displaying the single list. Now we have added as well. The next step will be to delete the data and then update. So let's do the delete section. For delete section we need to pass the ID, so simply we will copy this and paste here, and rather than get, here will be delete. Okay, and then let's keep it cat ID. The method is delete. Request param ID, this will be same, and here will be one change, find by ID and delete, and in the response.send document with this data has been successfully deleted. It's very simple. Now let's try. So let's go to here, and the method this time will be delete. Okay, and everything will be same, and here will be API, then cat, and then we will pass the ID. So let's take this ID and pass here, send delete. It says undefined has been deleted. Why? Okay, let's go here and let's take any one of the IDs. Say I want to delete this ID. And one more thing, ID, right? Yes, ID, and this ID. Category schema, data dot name. Data dot not name, category name. That's why it was showing this undefined. So let's copy this one and then paste here. Let's refresh whether that was deleted or not. The last one, Cadbury. It's not deleted. Let's try again. Okay, let me check the API. So it is cat and then ID. This ID is get params ID, and the ID we are passing here. Category schema, category name, data dot category name. Let's try again. Document with chocolate has been deleted. So let's refresh here and check. Yes, that one is deleted. So this is 8A, the last one, right? 8A. Since there was no name, that's why it is showing. So 8A should be deleted. Yes. So guys, as you can see, successfully we have achieved this one also, and now the final one is remaining, and that is update. Okay, so for updating one, let's copy this one and, or rather let's copy this one. Okay, and here will be put, and then cat update, and then we will pass ID, request.params.id. this we will fetch, and second one, request this update data, request.body, the whole data will be stored in this one, and then option. This option will be const options new true, that means update true. And a simple const result await category schema find by id and update. So in this one there will be three. First we need to pass id, and then the whole data, and then options. Okay, and here will be response dot result, and finally whatever error you want to display in case there is some error. That's it. So guys, this is the whole code. Put then category update id we will have to pass, and then we will have to give category name, category description. So three things it will take, and then finally it will show the result. So let's go and test here. We will update this one, okay, because it doesn't have any data. We will try to pass the data inside this. Let's go here and then cat update, right? Cat update, our route name is cat update, and then we have just passed id, and then category name here will be shop, bath soap. Inside the category id 5f. Error. Oh, it is not delete here, put. Okay, category description. Okay, category names, it will be name only. So two things has been successfully updated. Now let's try. In this one it should come. So guys, you can see the two data has successfully come here. Rather than garments, here we can say something else. So successfully you can see that it is updating. So guys, as you can see, it's very easy to update. So now let's recap once again. This whole things I have repeated already, and then MongoDB connection, server, and this is schema, and then in controller we have called schema, and then one by one we have created this route with schema, and insert, update, delete is successfully working. This REST API you can use with React, Vue or Angular, whatever front application you want to use. So guys, hope this video is useful for you. So in case if you have any question or queries, don't forget to write in the comment box. I will try my best to reply you. Guys, it takes a lot of time and effort to create such videos, so don't forget to like the video and subscribe in case you have not subscribed. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.